Right, I've just mocked up the cover. I haven't put the inside in. I've put the basically everything on there bar the stator, so it's all tightened up to spec. And the reason I've done this is to check my end play on my crank. So what I'll do, I'll actually try and get you set up so you can see this. Right, that's on 0. Put it in and push, and there you can see I've got 5/1000ths end play. Which is quite good. Right, I'll knock you off again for now, and I'll get all this lot taken back off. In fact, what I'll do, I'll just knock you off, I'll set it up and see if I can get this so it can measure the run out in the crank. Right, I'll come back in a sec. Right, I've got this set up. It's at a very slight angle onto the pinion shaft. It's not the most accurate way of doing a dial indicator job, but when I first got this crank, I put it in my true-in stand, put my dial indicators on, and it was 0. Not even a movement on the needles, which I thought was quite good. So if I spin this crank, as I hope you could see on there, no movement at all. This crank came from a spot, I'm sure it was called 1000 horsepower customs or something like that. They trued and welded the crank and everything, and it is absolutely bang on, worth every penny. Right, I'll knock you off and we'll get the rest of this plate put together anyways. Right, what I've just been doing off camera, which I then thought I might as well show you what the crack is if you've changed any parts, if you bolt your cam sprocket on and your crank sprocket, don't use the proper washer. I've tightened them up to the correct torques. What you do is you push your cam to take out any end play, and then you put a straight edge across, and then what you do is, if you notice, I'll put it up there, if you notice this one is a 5 thou feeler gauge, and it'll go in. What if I kept it steady? Won't go anywhere on that one. But you check it with a 10 thou. Get your 10 thou one. Just get that, set it back onto that side. Now 10 thou won't go in, and that's flush on the other one. So just for argument's sake, I'm going to get another one. I'll try a 6 and a 7. Six is tight. Seven just. So it's like 6.5 thou between that. Now if it's more than 10, on the back of here, remember the spacer that I put on, the sprocket spacer that went in there, which originally I said came with the bearing kit, and then explained that it didn't. You can get different thicknesses of them spacers. So if I could get my 10 thou feeler gauge through, then what I'd have to do is get the next size up spacer that goes behind this sprocket. If I was putting it on there and it was on this sprocket but I could get my feeler gauges into this one, then again I'd have to get the next size down spacer for behind here. But as it is, that's spot on. So I just thought I'd show you that. Right, get set up, I'll get these taken back off and then we'll get the cam chain and everything back on. Right, when you're putting your front cam chain on, there's a dot stamped in each sprocket, and they want to be obviously facing each other. Now on there, I don't know if you can see that, there's like a missing spline, and it obviously mates up with this one on the cam. So make sure they're in line. Line your splines up. And you can see there that they're in line. And I'm going to have to take them back off again because I forgot to put the fucking chain guide on. Right, so I'll lift them off. I don't know how I forgot to put the chain guide on because it's actually sat next to where I had the cam chain. Right, chain guide just pushes in basically. Clips into place. It's a right good idea to not forget to put that in. And then get your, make sure they're in line, line the splines up. The thing you'll also notice is when they're lined up, your two cams are in line as well. So then get yourself a bit of high strength Loctite. And just put a little a little bit on. Right, I'll just knock it off for a second, see what this message is. Right, been on the phone, so got a bit carried away here when I started off again. Put the sprocket bolt in and cam bolt, tightened them up to 20 Newton meters, and then loosened each one off again, and now I'm tightening them up. Crank bolt, tighten that one up to 32.5 Newton meters, and the cam sprocket is 46 Newton meters. Right, that's them tight, and all I need to do now is I'll just grab the pliers, just take the tension off the pin, pull the pin and put the shoe on there. What I'll also do, I'll just squeeze a little bit of lube, put a bit on the chain, I did put a bit of lube on before I put it together. I'll just put a little bit more on, and then wipe my fingers off, rotate the crank, line the dots up again. And that's bang on. Right, and that's it for now. Right, I'm going to replace, not with new ones, These are the oil pipe fittings. I've cleaned them up. I'm just going to put them back in now. So I've got some Loctite thread sealant, which I'll put on. It's for hydraulic fittings, this, and like temperature, so it'll seal up rather nicely. Let's get it spread around. I've lost my ratchet. Get it on nice and snug, and then just grab a rag, just fish in for the excess. And move on to the next one. Same thing, just nice and snug, and then in with a rag just to clean off any excess. On to the last one. Right, I'll just let them sit for a while and let that set up, and then they'll be leak proof. Right, that's it for now.